a Battle Cage
SportsCast.
episode
1.
1. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Welcome back, brother.
Welcome back, brother. Happy to be back.
Hope you guys are having a great week.
The last weekend of January. I know the month flew, but let's end the weekend strong.
Too fast.
Fact. Good vibes only.
For sure.
For sure.
Y'all feeling this beat, guys? Let me know.
Comment below.
Took me like 2 hours to find this beat. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, you know what? Hard work takes hard work, brother.
Yo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sup.
Now.
January 26th, man.
Before we continue, let me get into some hot topic. A lot's been going on in the UFC. Let's start with Kayla Harrison.
Good topic to start this podcast with. I gotta tell you, man, I did not see this coming.
Dana White himself signed her.
I believe so. That was his move.
That was his move. I mean, listen, you gotta understand. She's a former PFL champion that lost only once to Lyrica Pacheco.
2019, I believe, right?
Well, she won in 2019 to Lyrica Pacheco, but lost in 2022. What do you think happened in 2022 for her to lose?
So, for those of us who are in the MMA world, you gotta appreciate this big move by Dana White because I think it's coming in at the right time. Kayla Harrison is 33 years of age and she's taking on a formidable opponent in her debut, Holly Holm.
42 years young.
42 years young, the preacher's girl. Is it girl? Preacher's daughter. I think it's the preacher's daughter. My fault. I'm sorry, Holly.
All I know is Holly Holm is a beast. She won my heart when she destroyed Ronda, man.
That's a fact. Now, to answer your question, I believe Dana White and the UFC and the higher powers that be are bringing Kayla at the right time. This is the perfect moment to bring Kayla because no disrespect to Alexa Grasso, the current bantamweight champion, but I don't see Alexa being the dominant champion. And I don't see her being very marketable or very good for business.
Are you saying that Dana White brought in Kayla Harrison in hopes for her to be potential champion?
Absolutely. Amanda Nunes is retired. She left. The Lioness, the GOAT. Arguably. I don't care what anybody says. I will stand here and I will argue with you. Amanda Nunes is the GOAT of women's MMA. She is the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says.
Her resume definitely shows
Speaks louder than anything. So, bringing Kayla Harrison will be the continuation. They need a dominant champion. They need someone that speaks fluent English. Not that Alexa doesn't speak.
Listen, man.
Someone that will tap in. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you this much, right? UFC is about fights, right? But as much as it's about fights, it's about it's about communication between the fans and the fighter.
That's what I wanted to say.
At the end of the day, in order to sell tickets, you have to win their hearts.
I think Kayla speaks more to the fan base, much louder than Alexa Grasso, and much louder than Juliana Pena. No disrespect to these two young ladies, but Kayla just has that it factor, man.
Listen, man, this is why Dana signed her. Because Dana knew that he needs someone who's going to win, and not only win, also win the customers' hearts as well. Because at the end of the day, the more you communicate with your fans, the more you get out of it. But at the end of the day, you have to understand, Kayla Harrison is fighting against Holly Holm. What challenges do you think she will face fighting Holly Holm?
So, Holly is, I believe, let me see. I'm going to pull this up, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Do your thing, man.
Now this is like preliminary, but it is what it is. So you know what? In terms of height, they're pretty much the same. They're 5'8" both.
Okay.
Okay. Now Kayla Harrison is gonna give up 3 inches of reach.
Okay. So Holly got the reach.
It would matter if Holly was much younger, because I think back in the day, having the boxing background for Holly would give her the advantage. But if you followed Holly in the past maybe 5 years, you would see it's evident that Holly has gradually um, developed the whole MMA arsenal. So she doesn't mind grappling, cage control, trying to push the pace the way she wants it. But against someone that's much much younger, we're talking about almost a decade younger, and a two-time world judo champion who is there to make a name for herself, excuse me. I think Kayla is gonna come in and she's gonna really want to impose her will and dictate, because I believe that if she comes in and she's flawless, I mean flawless, you have to be flawless. This is your debut, the biggest stage of your life, UFC 300, and you probably want to grab the mic after you fight and say, I'm
Let me
fighting
say
for the
something to you
title.
right now. I want to say something. So Holly went from being a striker to pretty much grappling, right? So
It's
would
not
you
just
say
grappling; it's more of a complete MMA fighter.
okay? So she went
she's
from being a striker to a complete fighter, right? Let's say. Do you think that experience will beat the youth?
no,
No. So
no,
you think
not in
that
this case,
Kayla
because
Harrison will come in?
Kayla is 16-1, so she's not an amateur.
She's not. I mean,
Kayla
it's
is a
not amateur. It's
two-time
about
world
youth.
Olympic champion. She's not an amateur.
She's not amateur. I mean, I'm not saying she's an amateur.
Kayla's a beast. She got bigger traps than you. I'm just saying.
I mean, listen, man. I'm not training
Kayla
16
is
hours
a
a day,
beast.
but
Now, with that being said, Holly, she's a beast in herself, like in itself, like seriously.
definitely.
Holly Holm has preserved her body like no one else. She's in the gym as we speak. As we recording this podcast, I'm sure she's doing push-ups. I'm sure she's throwing the bag. She's there getting her rounds. And Holly Holm is a definition of a professional, and I don't want anybody to get that twisted. Holly Holm.
Holly Holmes. UFC 300 looking crazy already, but Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison, man, listen, I'm a Holly Holm fan after she beat Ronda, right? Let's just face it, she destroyed Ronda, and
Knocked her out, bro. Head kick to the head, right?
Yeah,
head kick to the head, yeah.
yeah. But listen, man, I'm just assuming that maybe some experience, because listen, at some point Holly Holmes realized that hey, I'm not getting any younger. That's why she switched from being a striker to an all-time MMA fighter.
I don't think she can hang with a Kayla Harrison. Not
You
right
don't
now.
think she can hang with Kayla Harrison?
No, not right now.
Not right now.
If Holly is 30, 38 maybe, she can hang, but
42 years young.
42 years young,
Definitely, man. That's
33, that's a big age gap. I'm sorry to say that. I think Kayla's gonna come in a dominant fashion on the biggest card with the most eyes she has ever seen. She will when she enters the arena.
I believe Kayla will have more control time.
Listen to this. When she enters the arena and she has 20,000 fans screaming, she's gonna know she's at the top. And she's going to know that this is her chance to win in a dominant fashion and call for the title shot. Because that's what's going to happen.
I mean, assuming that she beats Holly Holmes.
She 99% beats Holly Holm. I love Holly.
So you saying that you bet $20,000 on Harrison?
Let's say I had FU money right now.
Yeah. Let's say
I don't know what the line is. I haven't looked it up.
Let's say you're Jeff Bezos. You have 20,000. You don't care.
If Kayla Harrison is a playable money line, yes, I do it. I absolutely do it. knowing what I know, knowing that I understand the sport of MMA, I see Kayla Harrison coming in very dominant, very powerful, very young and hungry, looking like the next champion. And she's going to throw Holly on the ground. She will outstrike Holly. She will either knock her out or submit her. I don't see the final bell in this fight. I'm sorry, Holly.
I mean, I'm a Holly Holm fan just because of the fight she had with Ronda, but I did see Harrison training with Dustin Poirier.
Listen, American Top Team is absolutely no joke. It's there to produce the future champions, and I see Kayla just coming in and just violating, man.
This is why Dana signed her, because at the end of the day, every horse has his race, right? He knew that at some point one of them will fall off and another will replace them. Dana is a good businessman because he saw the potential in Kayla Harrison, and he knew that she can take UFC to the next level. Because at the end of the day, everyone had their day, and now I believe it's time. I'm not gonna believe. I'm gonna assume because Kayla Harrison looked like a beast, and Holly Holm. I hope you're training harder than ever because you got a lot of work ahead of you. You know, UFC 300 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Man, I can't wait for the fight.
I can't wait for that either, and I'm telling you right now, I see Kayla coming out on top. I see Kayla coming out dominant. I see the fight doesn't go the distance. I see Kayla just being Kayla, man. And this is gonna be the most dominant, the most motivated, the most dangerous Kayla Harrison we have seen so far. And PFL is just gonna be just a little thing, bro. It's gonna be whatever compared to what she's gonna do. I hope. I don't want to eat my words in 3 months.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel it that this is her moment, and I think it's the perfect timing, man.
Listen, man, money makes the world go around, and Dana's a money man. He knows what he's doing. He's just trying to, we'll see what happens after the fight. But Kayla Harrison.
Will say I'm a little sad to see Holly to get like sacrificed like this. I hate to use that word, but I just feel like I gotta say what I say, and I think she's a stepping stone right now because
you think it's not fair?
She has the name, she has the reputation, and I think Holly just steamrolls her, bro.
Let me ask you a question. If Holly was 4 years younger or 5 years younger, do you think she would beat Kayla Harrison?
I see Holly having a strong chance if she was 38 or younger. Holly 38 younger is still a very formidable. I mean, you got to understand something. Not too long ago, right before COVID, I'm in Atlantic City.
Okay.
I'm dropping bags on Holly Holm against Rocky.
Okay.
Rocky's the current champion. That should tell you everything. I'm just letting you know that's how much I respected Holly Holm.
And did she win?
She did. Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
You know what? Every dog has a day. And as much as it sucks, age gets the best of us. You know, a racehorse cannot run after a certain age.
No, 100%.
So
100%.
Holly Holm, I pray she does the best she can. But at the end of the day, nothing beats youth. It don't matter how much technique you have. Youth is something that you will never get back. Time is irreversible.
Father time is undefeated, as they say.
Listen, man. Time is undefeated, brother. At the end of the day, younger, stronger, faster. But you did mention earlier that Holly Holm switched from being a striker to an all-time fighter.
She's more of a complete fighter for sure. She's been training with I think the same gym as John Jones. In Arizona. So
John Boney Jones.
So yeah, I mean, listen. At this point, coming in as a boxer, as a predominant striker, she has showed that she is extremely knowledgeable and absolutely fantastic with with cage control, octagon control,
Hmm.
ground control, clinch game. She loves that clinch game. So yeah, I see Holly Holm as a complete fighter in here, but again, I'm just gonna go and just say it for the record that I
You
do see Kayla Harrison steamrolling Holly Holm in this fight. I don't know what
definitely,
the odds are. I haven't checked yet. We'll get back to it
definitely
now later on.
in Las Vegas, Nevada, UFC 300.
I
Now, let's
just
move on
feel
to the next topic.
absolutely. So why don't you start us off?
Well, we have Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua.
Ngannou.
Ngannou. My bad, brother.
Don't
One
disrespect.
love, Africa.
Don't disrespect.
Now, we know that Francis fought Tyson Fury. I'm just going to say straight up, man.
Can we just go back and just talk about that fight a
Can
little
we go
bit?
back to that fight? Because I believe with all my heart that Francis beat Tyson Fury. But at the end of the day, these judges, man, I feel like they're bad as well. I don't know, man. Listen, I'm going to say this much, right? Tyson Fury knew if he fought Francis in UFC, and when Fury fell the first time, Francis would have pound and ground and destroyed him. I believe Francis won that fight, but at the end of the day, the judges have their own opinions. What do you have to say about that?
So now you know I was on vacation when that fight happened, right? Now you know I streamed that fight illegally.
Listen, man, I watch
And
movies all day, 1 to 3 movies.
I remember calling you or texting you, and I told you if fight goes the distance plus 500, and I was right.
Yeah, you said
N-
if the fight goes, distance, and
Not only was I right, but that fight was extremely close.
people thought Tyson Fury was
Well,
gonna dance
just
around Francis.
exactly.
People thought that Tyson Fury was gonna go bow, 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 but no. Francis said, "Hold up, bro. I can hold my own." Francis came in, and the fight went the whole way. People thought that Tyson was gonna finish him in the 5th round, 6th round, but no. Francis showed him. Also, like Francis showed him. Listen, bro, I can box. I'm not just a UFC fighter. Like I gotta say that was a robbery, man. But at the end of the day,
So
I'm not a judge, man.
not only did Francis drop Tyson Fury and danced over him,
Definitely.
Francis Ngannou had moments in the later rounds, I believe either 10th or 11th round, where he was putting hands on Tyson and Tyson looked like he was about to drop.
Did you see the end of the fight where Francis Ngannou his face was clean, and Tyson's face was like he had a cut here, a cut here.
Well, it's the same narrative as Sean Strickland and DDP,
But DDP headbutted Sean Strickland, which they didn't say nothing about, because
which we didn't mention in the last
exactly.
episode.
Our last podcast we did not talk about that,
Yeah.
but of course, news comes out because Sean Strickland been posting on social media. And
Do you
he's been
think
telling
physical appearance matters in a fight? Like post fight altercation?
post fight? I mean,
I think
listen,
it should only matter if both men are standing and they're, you know what I'm trying to say? Like for example, if me and you fight and you really mess me up, I'm all bloodied up, I'm all whatever, but I finish you, I knock you out or I submit you, whatever it is, then you can't deny me that championship, right?
exactly.
But if we're both standing and you messed me up, you gotta start questioning that.
This is where I'm upset. They treated the way Francis Ngannou fought with Fury. If they treated the same principles with Sean Strickland versus DDP, Sean Strickland would have still held the belt. It just shows that they're biased. 'Cause at the end of the day, Francis Ngannou destroyed Fury. I'm sorry, and Sean Strickland lost the belt. If they treated them both the
You
same,
gotta understand something. I mean, like the bigger fight is gonna be what? What's the bigger fight?
Anthony Joshua,
No, it's gonna be Tyson Fury fighting Usyk for the title.
Hmm.
And that's where it's at. And that's where it's going to be.
Because they're thinking about the money. What generates more money? Everything goes down to the money. Everything is about
Cash
the money, man.
rules everything around me. Cream, it's the money.
The
Dollar,
money.
dollar bill, yeah.
Because they're always thinking about what generates more. This guy or that guy. Because people get paid more when this guy generates more. And Tyson Fury, he's pretty hot right now too, you know? He's one of the best guys in the world that people are promoting. Any fight that he goes to, people buy more. You know, people buy more tickets for. But, you know, I'm just going to say straight up, um, Tyson, I believe
So
Tyson
now
Fury
that
lost the fight.
we touch base on that, let's go back. Anthony Joshua taking on Francis Ngannou.
Now, let's see how that goes.
Let me look at
How many
the
losses does Anthony Joshua have? Like
let
3?
me look at the tail of the tape.
Yeah, look at that.
Let me look at the tail of the tape. All right, so Anthony Joshua is currently 27-3.
I was correct. 3.
Okay, he's gonna be taking on Francis Ngannou
Which
plus
is 0 to
350.
1.
Damn,
Rough
0 and
start,
1.
rough start, but he's gonna.
Francis Ngannou is 37 years. He's 37 and a half, taking on 34-4. So 34-year-old Tiger.
And I believe Anthony Joshua is taller, right?
Anthony Joshua is 6'6" versus Francis
6'4".
Ngannou, who's 6'4".
Yep.
The reach advantage is for 2 inches for Francis Ngannou, 84-82.
What about the power difference? Francis Ngannou is like
My
a
bad,
tank.
my bad. 83-82.
80. Okay, okay.
I mean, listen, I think this is another fight goes the distance.
I believe it'll go the distance, but Francis Ngannou is gonna come back with vengeance. He wants to show the boxing world, hey man, I will knock a motherfucker out. Excuse my language.
Yo, this is gonna be a great fight, guys. This
Our-
fight
Our sources are ESPN.com.
This fight is scheduled for March 8th, 2024.
We will definitely make a video on that, 100%, guys. Stay tuned in.
Yeah, I think we should just live stream that fight.
We will live stream that,
Yeah,
guys.
we definitely gonna
Just
be.
follow our page. We will live stream that shit.
'Cause
but we'll
I
have a
wanna
whole
watch this
reaction,
in
man.
real
We gotta
time.
do it, bro. We gotta do it, man. We gotta show the fans.
Listen, this is gonna be. I think this is a good fight. Anthony Joshua is coming off a really good win, against Otto Wallen. He
Is
stopped him in the 5th round.
In the
I
fifth
think he
round.
looked
Okay,
very.
so Anthony Joshua is coming off pretty hot. He lost. He beat him in the 5th round. But thing is this, he has to understand, Francis is a freaking tank.
Nah, Francis is a monster.
He's a monster. You know what gets me a little upset? I just want to say, right? I hate to go back into it, right? Francis wanted to fight Tyson Fury. I'm sorry to go back in the topic, guys. I just can't get over it. Francis wanted to fight Tyson Fury in UFC. But Tyson Fury said, oh, I don't want to roll around like you guys. And that was very disrespectful to UFC. I don't want to roll around on the floor. But let me tell you this. When Francis first dropped him and Tyson Fury fell, I promise you, if this was in UFC, Francis would win. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh
Fight
no,
over.
there's no question. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, bro.
There's
Go
no
ahead.
question.
Let me hear it, man.
If this is a MMA fight, we know who wins. I mean,
Listen, man, he will destroy him. That's why some people they stick to, what they know. At the end of the day, they will always go with the sport they're good at. Cause why would they go to UFC and embarrass themselves? Face it, it's a
100%. Listen, just talking about Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou, you gotta understand he's taking on the 2 biggest names. Like his debut is against the champion Tyson Fury,
Exactly.
and he arguably wins. He loses by a split decision loss, which again, I mean that's the best case scenario.
But then
if
again,
you
you have to
lose-
understand. You have to understand. Look, let me stop you there. They went by that rule where if you're a champion, you only give up the title if you got really beat up.
That's
He
not
didn't
true.
get
I
knocked
think they
out.
went with the rule that Usyk versus Tyson Fury is a bigger money fight.
Exactly. Money, money, money.
Money,
makes
money.
the world go around. Lil Wayne.
Now they got Anthony Joshua taking Francis Ngannou.
That's
That's a different fight.
a different, definitely.
I have Francis Ngannou with a good chance. The only problem is as long as Anthony Joshua keeps the range and the distance. Now he doesn't have it's what 1 inch advantage to Francis, but I believe the footwork has to go to Anthony Joshua, and if Anthony Joshua keeps the distance, I think he wins by decision again.
If the fight goes to distance,
Yeah,
Anthony Joshua. So Francis has to knock him out before the fight ends. He has the hit he landed on Tyson Fury. You think Anthony Joshua can survive that?
nah.
Well, then you heard it, folks. I believe Francis Ngannou will win the fight if it doesn't go to decision. If it goes to decision, they're gonna go by the same rule. Hey, you didn't really beat him up that bad. This guy been here longer than you. You know, man. Listen, man. At the end of the day, all these fights are business, man. Everything goes around money, man. That's it.
Sad but true.
Sad but true.
Sad but true.
That's it, man. Whatever generates more money for them, that's all they care about. You could train all your life. If you ain't generating money, you ain't worth shit.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Let's close the episode, I guess, with some UFC 300 takes. Okay.
Oh man, UFC 300 is looking crazy,
Yeah.
man. Are we gonna live stream that?
Bro, that's not even a question.
Guys, we're gonna live stream UFC 300. Tune in. Tune in.
Yo, can you imagine? Can you imagine having Yuri Prochaska versus Alexander Rakic as a prelim fight?
Oh my god, bro, that's crazy. That's not be a main event.
Kelvin Cater versus Aljamain Sterling.
Bro, what's going on, man?
Bo Nickel versus Cody Cambridge.
Damn.
Brundage, I'm sorry.
All good.
Bro, there's a prelim fight. Charles Oliveira versus Armin Tarukian.
Yo, what's going on?
Guys, you have to understand.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This
Normally
is like
these
a
fights are
main event. And these are prelim fights.
Yeah, Kayla Harrison not even a main event. That's crazy.
That's just insane, guys.
That's insane, man.
I mean, I don't know. Early prelims is Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison.
There you
Davidson Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. Jim Effin Miller versus Bobby Green. Sadiq Youssef versus Diego Lopez.
You go for Yusuf, right?
Jessica, yeah, I'm gonna go for Diego. Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez.
Okay.
This is just insane, and we don't even have the full UFC main event card. We have Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway defending the BMF. Zhang Weili versus Yan Yanon for the strap for the strawweight title. I mean, we don't have a main event. We don't have the co-main event. We don't have the whole full picture. This is insane.
Let me stop you there. At the end of the day, this is in Las Vegas. They gotta do it big. They gotta do it right. They can't go to Vegas with a bullshit show. They're making sure they put on a show that night. UFC 300 is gonna be
this table, right?
I believe UFC 300 is gonna be the fight of the year, man. So far, we don't know what's happening yet.
UFC 300 looking absolutely insane.
Insane, man. I can't wait.
April, it's probably gonna happen sooner than we think.
Listen, man. Before you know it, we're there.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna stream it for you guys. So you don't gotta worry about that, guy. Just tune in, and we got you.
We're not gonna illegally stream it for them, but we will fight companion out of the shit of it.
And soon we're gonna show you the fight card. We're gonna show you who we're going for, and that's it, man.
Absolutely. Well, UFC 300 with Kayla Harrison looking crazy.
To me, that's the main event.
It's not the main event.
I know, but Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. I know, but
Wildin'.
I might be
Go take a
wildin'.
cold shower. Go take a cold shower, because that's not the main event.
Listen. I'm more interested in Kayla Harrison right now. That's all it is.
Why?
Because she's hot topic. Because Dana White signed her.
Who cares?
We'll find out.
It's a big deal. It's not a main event.
I know, but that's what I'm looking forward to more.
It's not the main event. And you know that. It's an early prelim. That's how crazy this shit is.
I know, but that's the
That's
fight
how
I'm looking
crazy
forward to
UFC
more.
300 is.
Who you think gonna win with Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje?
Oh, wow. You had to go there,
I
man.
have to go there, bro. You want to talk about the main event? Let's go there, bro.
It's not the main event.
It don't matter. Let's talk about that fight. That fight, what? Go ahead, man.
Justin Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje,
He's
bro.
gonna beat the living shit out of Max Holloway, and I love Max.
When was the last time Justin Gaethje fought? Who did he fight last time?
Dustin Poirier, he beat the shit out of him.
Well, that's it, bro. That means Justin Gaethje, man.
That's it.
That's it.
Anyway, good podcast.
Great podcast.
Love it.
We covered everything we want to cover, and so far the future's looking bright. We're gonna keep it bright, and yeah, man. I can't wait to see how everything unfolds.
For sure.
For sure.
Later, guys. It's been
Ready,
real.
guys. Thanks for
Battle
tuning in.
Cage. Until next time.
Next time, guys.